position here. We didn't quite see it beforehand. I think he's just pushed the ball too far, really, and just clinging to, or clutching at straws, really, hoping to get a free kick for obstruction. But he did get down the left-hand side. Had he whipped the ball in with his left foot, Oleg SALENKO would have been there for a good chance. But Oleg SALENKO gave him a few mouthfuls. I think it was a Russian or whatever language it was, and I think he told him, really, get that ball in the box as quickly as you can. But he's posed a threat down that left-hand side, Gordon Dury.
Well, big responsibility on Alan McLAREN in the middle of the field. There he goes, close to Jess. He backs off again. Challenged by Moore. McLAREN standing in no ceremony either. That's Gascoigne. Robbed neatly by Bernard. And Gascoigne and Bernard exchanging a little bit of banter or whatever in the middle of the field as the ball was released. Now he's with Petrich. Well, Terry, that's Gascoigne involved again in a nothing situation.
Well, he's a sort of player that likes to get hyped up, sometimes likes to take a bang, a challenge or whatever. You see him just going in a bit too... You see him just one of those reminiscent of the tackle he made in the cup final, of course, against Charles. But he just likes to get involved with things like that. He likes to feel the scent of attention, and sometimes, you know, he does get a bit hot-headed, but he has to play that way. He has to play 110% all the time.
And by Moore, collected comfortably there by McKimmie. Craig Moore's clearance. Ingles trying to involve Billy Dodds. Significant that the Aberdeen front two, Booth and Dodds, really have not been involved in the match so far.
Well, they haven't been involved, they haven't had a lot of service, to be honest. A lot of lofty clearances as we saw from John Ingles for them to chase after, but not really a lot of change out of three centre-halves. It's difficult to play against two, but against three top-class markers, it's extremely hard.
This is Ingles. Good play by Bernard. Grant playing it forward. Petrich read that well for Rangers. Now Grant. Covering player was Craig Moore. This midfield battle fascinating. Gascoigne and McLAREN for Rangers, Bernard and Jess for Aberdeen, right in the centre of the field. Actually, could be one and lost in that particular department. Bernard. Flicked by Dodds was effective. There's Booth. Handball by Gascoigne. Aberdeen anxious to get on with things. Here's McKimmie with Miller outside him. Cross unlikely to cut much ice against this Rangers defence. Booth and Dodds not very tall. Well, the offside flag is up against Billy Dodds. Shot came from Jess. Dodds was flagged offside, although it was deflected towards him.
Well, you can see, look, it's along the line here. I'm not too sure when that ball was actually struck. I think it probably might have been level, but the linesman was very quick to put his flag up, and as it happened, Billy Dodds' cross was comfortably dealt with by Andy Gorham, but he does go on the onside, offside position, as all good strikers do.
Chase on here, Ingles ahead of SALENKO. Major asset to John Ingles is his athleticism and pace. £400,000 he cost from St Johnstone just under a year ago. Here's Jess battling with Gascoigne. His upper body strength so important there. He's been fouled. This time Jess will be spoken to, I think. Remarkable upper body strength though, shown by Gascoigne, and he really muscled Jess out of that.
Well, that's a great part of his game. He goes past people, holds people off with his arms and with his upper body strength, and scores lots of goals. You have to be quite right, really. You should have a word with Paul Gascoigne to calm down a little bit, because those two really have had quite a few heated exchanges so far.
Well, flying arms all the time, but especially from Gascoigne. Really lucky to have his free kick. Very well angled in, just too high for McLAREN. Beautifully driven free kick that from Gascoigne.
It's the right sort of ball into the area, aimed towards the far post really. Any slight touch here could be a goal or not, but Alan McLAREN just coming up. Just can't get off the ground on the far post as he would have liked, but good flight of free kick into the danger area.
Joe Miller has now switched to the Aberdeen left. Dodds trying to find Jess with a return pass. Here goes Gascoigne, taken right out of the play by Paul Bernard. It's a booking without question for Bernard, and he really has no complaint. He had no possibility of playing the ball there.
Well, as we can see, Paul Gascoigne nutmegs in there right through his legs. No, pros don't like that. And the chance came back to lunge in. He lunged in there with the wrong foot. Really, I thought he was going to tackle with his right foot. As we can see, just lunges in with his left foot there. Probably a right-footed tackle would have been better. But as it is now, he's got booked by the referee now. He's got to be very careful as to what he does in that tight midfield area.
Well, Gascoigne influence considerable here. He's upset Paul Bernard. He's certainly getting close to Ian Jess also. Petric with a free kick. John Brown was up for the attack. Could make nothing of that.
Well, I find that quite strange that Gordon Petric actually takes this free kick, because Paul Gascoigne was behind him, and I think Walter Smith will be quite disappointed at the fact that Paul Gascoigne didn't get on the ball. I think his delivery forward would probably be a little bit better, but we know Gordon Petric, and we know that Alan McCoist, and that Paul Gascoigne, I should say, can both strike from long distances.
Just singing around the stadium, mostly from the Rangers supporters, as McKimmie tries to pick out the front men. He finds both. Good effort there from Glass. It tumbled down the GORAM. Easy ball.
A really good strike here by Stephen Glass on his wrong foot. Good height for Andy Gorham, but he might have just taken his eye off the ball a little bit. Luckily for him, it just popped back up, and he's able to make a comfortable second catch.
Back it comes to McCoist. SALENKO doing well against Ingles in the air. Frustration again for McCoist. Still managed to score 6 times so far this season. Michael Watt, just 24 years old, made his debut on Boxing Day in 1989 for Aberdeen. He's on the scene a long time. Here's McCoist. And McLAREN. Closed down rapidly there by Stephen Glass. And Stephen Wright. Crossed over to the far side now. He's playing in the right back position. Alec Tellin on the left. Jess with a pass. Too long in the air. Big move stumble, allowing Bernard to break. That's a fine pass. Here's Joe Miller, both weights in the middle. Now the delivery, a major disappointment. The apology given instantly by Miller.
I think he's given the apology, but a few of his teammates are still berating the fact that his ball's on his left foot. A nice strike here across the WC number 9. Scott Booth really could poke the ball into an empty net, really, but the quality of the cross was disappointing, because really that was Aberdeen's best forage into the Rangers penalty area.
Header again by Bernard. McLaren's passing, very good indeed. These short passes from McLAREN tend to be extremely accurate. Cleland's pass, the offside flag up. That was good play by the Aberdeen back four. They all stepped up. They're leading McCoist and SALENKO well offside.
Alan Cleland has switched sides here. We just see that SALENKO was offside, well caught there, about 5 yards offside. But Alan Cleland switched to the left back position, and Stephen Wright's now got over to his more accustomed role of right back.
Free kick from Gary Smith. Easy one for Petric against the smaller figure of Billy Dodds. They've all been a little bit tentative in the opening 20 minutes. Inside showing great respect for each other. Good cross run there, allowing Dodds to take possession. Now Jess has found some space. Smith comes from the back. Smith's pass. Very ambitious in these conditions to play a ball which is sure to skid away from the chasing player. McLAREN again doing well. There's Dodds. It's back with Bernard. Delicate ball into space there for Booth to chase. He's tracked by Brown. Well, perhaps even the footsteps of Brown behind were enough for Booth. Tackle made by Gascoigne. Jess again has found space. Always looking for a shooting chance in Jess this season. Scored a couple of goals, but very much on form and in the mood.
Well, I think all the Aberdeen players, as soon as they get within 25 yards of Andy Goram's goal, are having a poke at goal and having a good strike, and it does add confidence, and you never know if one could skid off the surface or Andy Goram can drop one or whatever. Aberdeen could be in with a chance, but well worth a go.
That's good play by John Brown with a pass. Fell in and nowhere to go there on that angle. With the pass, that's Gascoigne. Brown held for the cross. Patient build-up play this from Rangers. Good pressing play though, also by Aberdeen. Stephen Glass pushing forward there. Oh, attempts at goal, very close indeed. Aberdeen, in fact, one more than Rangers, and that's all even. And the one from Stephen Glass, troubling Andy Goram a little.
It does bear out the fact that when Aberdeen do get within 25 yards, they are liable to have a poke at goal, and it is wet, it is windy, it is well worth a try, but Aberdeen really, they'd be quite pleased at the moment. After that early scare, after the early good runs by Gordon Drew down the left-hand side, they'd be quite pleased that they've got the hold of the ball on a few occasions, forced Rangers back, and have troubled Andy Goram.
Craig Moore playing it long. Chase on here for Smith with McCoist putting him under some pressure. And he's down the corner kick. Determined play that by McCoist. Really taking his duties as captain seriously. Gascoigne. Good change of feet. You could see the intention there. Looking for the far top corner. The swerving left-footed shot.
Well, you never know what Paul Gascoigne's going to do. 3 men in the box for Rangers. He tries to float it onto the far post, probably about 4 or 5 yards off target. But Gordon Pedricks will come up for the corner. He'll be annoyed. He's made a 50-yard dash to get on the end of the corner, and Paul Gascoigne puts it behind for a goal kick. But you know, he's probably just using that as a bit of a target practice just to get his range. But the ball was on his left foot, admittedly.
Strong challenge there by Moore. This is McKimmie. Ambitious pass that up the line for Scott Booth. McKimmie doing some organising off back position. Just to Booth. Forward by Glass. Cleared by Petrovich. Good tackle by Moore. And Scott Booth's in trouble. Nothing wrong with the tackle, but it certainly did some damage to Scott Booth. He's had injury problems already this season, missed his match on Saturday. That's part of Thistle, and good play by Brian Grant. Excellent defending, showing terrific awareness of where the goal was. There will be a hold-up here while Scott Booth receives some treatment, but this was great play.
As Gascoigne gets his head up here, doesn't quite have a go on goal, tries to dink a lovely ball to the far post of Gordon Drew spare. But Brian Grant going to do one thing, just wasn't too sure about chesting it back to the goalkeeper, and then had the chest up for a corner kick, and great defending by Brian Grant.
The right ankle in trouble. Well, we'll see how this happens.
There's one of them balls that Craig Moore comes in, a nice half volley there. Scott Booth, seeing the defender come in, tries to nick it over, but a strong and meaty challenge from Craig Moore resulted in an injury. The sort of challenge that you'd like in a wet, windy Hampden night against a very, very good centre forward, and we'll just see how Scott Booth gets on for that, because that could have been a bit of a nasty knock.
He does appear prepared to continue. The hamstring which put him out of the Scotland side a couple of weeks ago, and has been troubling him a little. Kick count going Rangers' way, and Paul Gascoigne waits for the all clear from the referee. SALENKO in the middle. And no one, they're attacking the ball from the edge of the box. They're all backtracking from the 6-yard line. Another area where it's difficult to develop understanding, Terry, and the team changing so rapidly.
Well, you've got to put the ball in the right area for a start, and Paul Gascoigne put the ball going away from goal, ends up for a throw on the far side. I think if you're flighting balls in, or just trying to nick balls into the near post or into the middle of the goal where you can score goals, you've got to give your your defenders and your big strikers a chance to actually score, and any touch, anything else could result in a goal. But from that corner, there's no touch in the world who's going to make that go into the goal.
Gascoigne pushing forward again, looking for a loose ball edge of the area. That's a very tough tackle. It didn't come off. An Aberdeen break. John Brown very sure-footed. On his better side, the left there, when that pass reached him. There's Gary Smith, waiting for Dodds to come back onside. Bernard has Miller on the touchline. Gets the break of the ball. A very quick recovery by Wright. Gascoigne's pass, releasing Jury. John Ingles forced to come across to face him. Making for the byline. This is dangerous. Acrobatic clearance from McKinney. Taken down brilliantly by Jess. That's great play in the middle of the field. Bernard finding Glass. Timmy did all he could to get to that, but he's given it back to Rangers. Oleg SALENKO. Now McLAREN breaks. Good tackle there by Smith. Bernard. Now Glass coming forward. Well, looking for a run from Scott Booth in the inside left channel. He checked out though. Gascoigne dropping deep. Back here now with Andy Gorham to come for a walk out of his area. SALENKO calling for the ball well forward. It goes to McCoist. Across it comes to Booth. This is Jess. Looking for Dodds. It was very well read again by Petrich. Ingles. Now Bernard. Brian Grant supporting the right back position. Oh, that's great play from Aberdeen. Miller and Grant making progress. Here's Billy Dodds. Goes to the far side for Jess to attack the Rangers defence. Now Glass. Kimmy comes from the back. Rangers have regrouped in defence. Ambitious ever that from Bernard. Oh, a real prospect of beating Andy Gorham from there. Scored, of course, on Saturday against Partick Thistle, Bernard. Explaining himself there to Roy Aiken on the track down below us. So news from south of the border. Arsenal ahead by 1-0 against Barnsley. The scorer was Steve Bold. Grant playing it long this time. Dodds trying to get behind Petrich, supported by Miller. Away from Wright. Here's Jess. Watches in his right foot for the shot. Billy Dodds calling for the ball on the right-hand side. Petrich was left enough for that. Closely off was attempted for Stephen Glass. McCoy showing his strength. Fouled by Smith. Misunderstanding there between Gascoigne and McCoist. Aberdeen build again. Good running by Booth in behind Stephen Wright. Ricochet, says the referee, a linesman rather, on the near side, who is the Grade 1 referee. A second goal for Arsenal, scored by Dennis Bergkamp. Back it comes now to John Ingles for Aberdeen. Here's Gary Smith. Forward is Bernard. He's found space again. Lots more movement coming from Aberdeen. They're growing in confidence. Here's Joe Miller. Testing the pace of Stephen Wright, which is seldom found wanting. Very quick indeed on the turn and the recovery. Former Aberdeen player. £1.5 million he cost in the summer. Ball taken short. And Miller spoons that behind for the goal kick. Hangs his head. That's across to the left, across to the right. Wasted by Joe Miller.
It was like one of my crosses from the right-hand side there. Really just, as they say in golf, in terms of shank behind the goal. But Paul Joe Miller's done well. A good run down the right-hand side. Good tackle by Stephen Wright, and the ball going for a corner completely wasted. We've seen that in quite a few occasions in this game, and it is a tense nervous cup tie, but both sets of players really found to really get hold of the ball and making telling situations count.
Risky there by Gordon Jury, trying a header through the middle for Salenko. Well, Jury's versatility has been very important to Rangers since his arrival from Tottenham Hotspur. Here's Bernard, attempting a good turn there and caught by Gascoigne. Free kick's been given. Confident play out by young Paul Bernard. Referee Dallas once taken again. So, action to a finish tonight, remember, there can't be a draw. And on Sunday, Tottenham Hotspur against Newcastle United on Super Sunday. And on Monday also, terrific action, this time Bolton against Arsenal. So a couple of great matches to come, but real drama still to come here at Hampden Park, because this match must be settled tonight. Extra time and penalties if required. Going back to Petric, former Dundee United players. Now McKinney. Chested back well by Bernard, there's Glass. Neat play by Jess. Both on the left touchline, that's good play. Well, once again, in a big hurry with the cross. He had much more time than that. Well, after doing such excellent work initially, another wasted cross.
Well, great skill here by Scott Bruce. Goes inside, Alec Cleland there on his left foot. He could have just took it on another couple of strides and then got a better ball into the box. And it's really been endemic of the game so far when players have got into some great positions on the flanks, and free kicks and corners have completely wasted them. So that's why the score is still 0-0.
Aberdeen have not been involved in a 0-0 draw this season, any match. In fact, only 3 of the 12 matches has one side failed to score. So, an indication there are goals to come. Brown, the organiser, at the back. It's a good spell this for Aberdeen, enjoying plenty of possession here. Rangers midfield just dropping out of things in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Clearance there by McLAREN.
I think what we're seeing is, well, Aberdeen are playing well because they're really squeezing Rangers at the back. Booth and DODDS are playing well. McLAREN in midfield is finding it hard to get hold of the ball. But the Rangers 3 at the back and the 5 at the back really just relying on wild clearances, where normally Rangers would play the ball out from the back and would be able to make passes. And Aberdeen have pushed Rangers back in and forced these wild clearances and have been able to pick up the ball and therefore gain a lot of possession.
Aberdeen trying to build again. Bernard has played very well again in midfield. He's seen a lot of the ball. Challenge from the back by Moore, and DODDS is penalised by the referee. Space here for Bernard. Tackled by Petric. This is Gascoigne. Quick assessment of all the options and tries to find Jury on the left. Salenko indicating where he wanted the ball played.
It's definitely been Rangers' best avenue down this left-hand side. Gordon Jury's had a good game so far. Gone about 3 or 4 really great positions, and after a sharper finishing by McCoy, Rangers have given up. But for me, Gordon Jury's been the best player for Rangers so far.
Gascoigne to Salenko. Salenko again. Good run made by Cleland, still Salenko. Holds it up very well indeed for Rangers. And set spinning there, and the challenge by Stephen Glass. Salenko joined the club from Valencia for 2.5 million. Stephen Glass cost nothing from youth football. So Gascoigne waits. It's well won inside the area by McKinney. Got up extremely well to that. He's not at all a big player, but he jumps extremely well in that central defensive position. Petric going forward. McLAREN also there. short option offered by Stephen Wright, ignored by Paul Gascoigne. Michael Watt really had time to catch that, but took no chances. Still no problem there for the young keeper. Back here with Gascoigne. Now Wright. Jury. Gascoigne again. Pulls off Miller. And holds him off unfairly. He's been penalised. And he's going to be booked. Gascoigne's latest foul. Now that outburst won't do him any good at all. But he certainly appeared to go off the ball to hold off Joe Miller. Referee Dallas trying to keep a firm grip on things here. Waving McCoist away.
Yeah, I think he just really holds him up there, and then he loses the ball. Ball comes down here, and then he just goes a little bit berserk, Paul Gascoigne, and just been awarded the yellow card. The referee quite rightly calling him over, but you know, Paul Gascoigne will probably play better now he's been put. He's one of these players that, once he's had the yellow card, he's got to walk along that thin tightrope between the red card and doing nothing in the game. He seems to have this sadistic approach, if I may say, about having had the yellow card. He'll probably play better.
Well, that's an interesting development. John Brown is taking a long walk towards the referee. Now, the purpose of that, I'm not at all sure. No, it looks as though referee Dallas wants words with him about a little bit of dissent. And he also is booked. Well, that really must be deemed a waste of a yellow card, Terry.
Well, you never know what he might have said. John Brown doesn't really hold back any feelings when it comes to telling the referee how he should be running the game, but obviously Mr. Dallas felt that was worthy of a booking, so John Brown now has got to be very, very careful.
Well, that's why it seemed to be a wasted booking. A little outburst there, verbally, and he now is in a tightrope. Referee Dallas, very highly rated young official on the FIFA list. Well regarded in European football. Bernard's pass, looking for Miller. The covering player is Petric. Taken by Stephen Wright. There's Gordon Jury. Grant first to the ball. McCoist backtracking. Oh, that's great play by Joe Miller. Down goes Grant, fouled by McCoist. Well, McCoist back tackling, and that's a suggestion that Aberdeen really are taking a little bit of grip in this game.
Oh, I can't believe what Ali McCoist is doing back near his own penalty area. He gets involved with the play here. The ball goes inside to Brian Grant, and that must be the first tackle Ali McCoist has made in his career. So. Quite rightly, we had to get another look at that.
Free kick taken there by Glass is a good one. Very awkward indeed. Oh, that seemed to go behind. Was it a corner? Was it a goal kick? The referee says a goal kick.
Well, we've had two better balls whipped in here. One from Paul Gascoigne, and this one whipped in here goes off. I think John Ingles comes up here. One of them balls playing more, and Andy Gorham getting each other's way, but Andy Gorham shepherds it for a goal kick. But it's a better flight of ball into the box. We've had two better quality free kicks going into the box and caused a few problems.
The offside flag is up against Scott Booth. DODDS was looking for a knock-on there from Booth, which didn't materialise in any event. So back it comes to Goram. Well, which manager currently do you think is happier, Terry?
Well, I think both managers would be quite happy that they haven't conceded a goal in the semi-final.